The Knights of the Silver Shield. Deep in the heart of the Forest of the Giants there once stood a great stone castle. In this castle lived a company of knights, each of whom wore a fine suit of armor and carried a shining silver shield. Now all these shields were magic shields, and when one was new it appeared to be cloudy. But as its owner proved himself by word and deed to be brave and honest, it changed from cloudy gray to brightest silver. And the wonders of these magic shields did not end there, for it was also said that if a knight won a very hard battle, a golden star appeared in the center of his shield. To win a golden star was, of course, the dearest hope of every knight. But this was very hard to do. Indeed, the lord of the castle was the only one upon whose shield a golden star could be seen. One morning at dawn, the knights rode gaily forth to do battle with the mighty giants living in the forest. Perhaps this very day one of them would win his golden star. Everyone was excited. Everyone, that is, except Sir Roland. Roland was the youngest of all the knights. Even so, he had done many brave deeds, and his shield had a bright silver shine. Today he had hoped that he too might try to win his star, but the lord of the castle had commanded that he stay at home and guard the castle gate. "Let no one enter these gates today," he said, "and Roland has given his word to guard them well." So now Sir Roland's heart was heavy. He stood beside the gate watching the sunlight dance upon the armor of the knights as they galloped away. "It doesn't take a brave knight to guard a castle gate," he thought. "The lord of the castle thinks I'm too young to win my star. I am young, but that does not mean I cannot be brave and true." But he knew that a knight must obey. He stood watching the disappearing knights until they were swallowed up by the shadows of the forest. After a time, one of them came limping back. "I've been hurt," he said. "Let me watch the gate so that you may go back and take my place." Now Roland could see that this man was not hurt, but was only frightened. And at first he was joyful at the thought of changing places. But then he remembered the promise he had made to the lord of the castle. "I should like to go," he said, "but a knight belongs where his commander has placed him. So I must stay here and guard the gate myself, and you must go back to the battle." Without another word, the man turned and walked back to the forest. Roland watched him out of sight, wishing all the time that he could go instead. Presently there came an old woman down the road to the castle. She knocked loudly at the gate, and when Sir Roland looked out, she asked him for food. She looked hungry and tired, and Sir Roland knew that she truly needed his help. "No one may enter these castle gates today," he said, "but I will send a servant out to you with food, and you may sit down and rest as long as you will." "I have just passed the place in the forest where the fighting is going on," said the old woman as she waited. "How goes the battle for our brave knights?" asked Sir Roland eagerly. "Badly, sir," I fear," replied the woman. "Those giants fight today as they have never fought before. You might better go and help your friends in the forest than to play the part of doorkeeper here." "Indeed, I wish with all my heart that I might," said Roland, "but I am commanded to guard the castle gates, and I cannot leave. I have given my word." "I should think that you would be much more useful out there," the old woman said. "You may well think so," answered Sir Roland, "and so may I. But it is neither you nor I that is commander here." "I suppose," said the old woman then, "that you are one of those who cares not for the dangers of fighting. You are lucky to have so good an excuse for staying behind." Sir Roland was angry at this remark. It was hard to be nice to the woman when she spoke unkindly, but a knight must be kind and gentle always. So when the servant came with the food a few moments later, Sir Roland gave to the old woman and wished her well. Then he shut the gate, saying to himself, "She's old and tired, and I am glad that I said nothing unkind to her." After a while, Sir Roland heard someone calling from the outside. He opened the gate and saw standing at the other end of the drawbridge an old man in a long black coat. "Are you Sir Roland?" the little man called out. "Yes," replied Sir Roland. "What do you want? The castle is closed to all comers today." "Listen to me," said the stranger. "I have brought you a magic sword." And so saying, he drew from under his coat a wonderful sword that flashed in the sunlight. "This is the sword of all swords," he said, "and it is for you if you will carry it into the fight. Nothing can stand before it. When you lift it, the giants will fly before you like leaves before a wind." Now Sir Roland had never seen a sword of such beauty. "A magic sword," he thought. "I must have it. It will help me to win my star." He reached out his hand for it, and the little man came forward as though he would cross the drawbridge. But at that moment Sir Roland remembered the words of his commander, "Let no one cross the bridge today." "Stop!" cried Sir Roland. "You may not enter the castle today, nor may I go out. Keep your sword and be gone." Fearing that he might yet break his promise, he touched the great bell by the gate that controlled the drawbridge. The bridge began to rise, and as it went up, a strange thing happened. The little man threw off his black coat and began to grow taller and taller. And soon his size was a match for any giant in all the forest. Roland trembled. Then to think what might have happened if he had left the castle gate to take the sword. "I must be more careful," he thought. "Let me not give the lord of the castle reason to think that I am indeed too young to win my star." Presently Sir Roland heard a sound that made him spring forward with joy. The lord of the castle with many of his brave knights came riding back from the forest. They were dusty and tired, but they had won the fight with the giants. Never had there been a happier homecoming. After he had closed the gate, Sir Roland followed the knights into the great hall of the castle. The commander took his place, and the other knights all gathered about him. Then Sir Roland came forward to report what had happened at the castle, while everyone had been away fighting in the forest. As Roland began to speak, there came a sudden stillness in the room. "Look!" one of the knights whispered. "The shield! Sir Roland's shield!" And there, shining brightly on Roland's shield, was a beautiful golden star. "There must be a mistake," cried Roland, who was even more surprised than the others. "Speak, Sir Knight," said the commander. "Tell us all that has happened today. Have any giants come to the house? Did you fight a giant alone?" "No, my lord," said Sir Roland. "One giant came here, but he went away quietly when I would not let him enter. Then he told how the man in the black coat had offered him a wonderful sword. But I did not fight with him, my lord," said Roland. "I fought only with myself, to keep from breaking my promise." When Roland had finished, there was a moment of silence, and then the lord of the castle spoke. "A man may sometimes be mistaken," he said, "but our magic shields are never wrong. The star that we see on Sir Roland's shield proves that he has fought and won the hardest battle of